Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Look at Dead Hungry Diner. This is a casual game that just came out on Steam, and I kind of grimaced when I said that word. You know, a lot of people are a little bit snobby about casual games. I'm not, for the most part. Like Plants vs. Zombies, I consider to be a casual game, but that's a game that's really good, and you know, games like Bejeweled and stuff like that. But this is kind of, I don't want to say the dark side of casual games, but this is basically uber casual. It's a clone, essentially, of Diner Dash with zombies kind of shoehorned in. I played about a half hour of this so far, and, you know, I hope you'll forgive the fact that I'm basically brand new at this game, because it seems like one of those games that is easy to learn and easy to master. Sounds like I'm giving a lot of backhanded compliments. Well, indeed I am. So we are going to go to the story mode here, and I use story loosely because there's no cutscenes or anything. Everything is just told through kind of speech bubbles with your characters, which is largely, I mean, okay, depending on what kind of game you're playing, but also doesn't really, the story doesn't really matter that much. Basically, I'll talk about this guy in a second, but basically we are these two orphans here who are at an orphanage, and the way we're going to protect our orphanage from zombies is by serving them in a restaurant a food called brainberries. So it's basically, like I said, Diner Dash and zombies just kind of like collided together, and that is a pitch that probably sounded really good to the guys at Zynga. I wouldn't be surprised if a total ripoff of this game came out on iOS and Facebook soon. But anyway, you know, like a Plants vs. Zombies game, we do have the option to like buy upgrades. I'm gonna buy this upgrade, which is gonna make me go fast. But, I mean, it's not really, it doesn't have that much of an effect on gameplay. So basically, we're clicking on these guys, we're seating them. We can rearrange our queue here. And there's three different types of guys that we've seen so far. The red zombies are angry zombies, which are guys that get angry quickly. So we have to make sure that we serve them as quickly as possible in order to ensure that everyone remains happy. The green zombies are just normal zombies. And the vampires are obviously vampires. How could this game not be cool? It's got vampires and zombies. Greatest game ever. No, but in fact, if you've ever played Diner Dash, this is Diner Dash, basically. I'm kind of struggling to talk and play at exactly the same time here, but again, hopefully you'll forgive me a little bit. So there's a few phases of each diner coming into our restaurant that we need to deal with. The first one is when we seat them, of course, and then after we seat them, they finally decide what they want to order after milling about for a bit. Let's get our angry zombies up here to the front of the queue. And when they decide what they order, we can go over to them and get this bucket and then take it over to our buddy over there who is filling up the buckets with brainberries. So we will, let's go pick up these buckets and deliver them accordingly. So basically, it's just like permanent micromanagement. And again, if you've ever played Diner Dash, this is going to look real fucking familiar. Or alternatively, if you watched one of my poison mushrooms from last season where I did a poison mushroom of, I think it was Apprentice Los Angeles, where every single game was basically exactly, or every single mini-game in Apprentice Los Angeles was basically exactly like this. But anyway, I'm just going to continue doing some gameplay for now, because I feel like my commentary is suffering a little bit by the fact that I can't focus on both at once. Because this game does require at least a little bit of brain power to make sure what you're doing, or make sure you know what you're doing. I'm not saying that by any stretch this game is difficult, because it is easy as sin. But, hey, there's another mechanic that I'll introduce here. You can use spells, so I just clicked on that heart at the top and then clicked on the Q, and then everyone got a little bit happier. So let's get our angry vampire up here. He needs to be served, and then we'll get our angry zombies in on this table, and then I guess we'll just collect our money and wait for the second group to come here. Everyone's getting a little bit furious. I'm not doing a very good job right now, but that's okay. So we get our vampire in here. He is justifiably angry. Let's just start seeding these groups right here. Oh no, we got a group of angry zombies now. I may actually have bulked things up a little bit. I think we'll be largely okay though. Now there is a scoring system, and the way the scoring system works is if you do actions, like the same action repeatedly, then you will get points for it. For example, doing 2 deliveries in a row will give us a ×3 multiplier. Or maybe this will be ×4 now, yeah, because we did 4 in a row. So basically you want to try to like lump things up so you do them all at the same time. So for example, I'm collecting all this gold at the same time, that's going to give me a ×3 multiplier. Clean all the tables at the same time, it's going to give me another ×3, etc., etc. Then we'll just see these guys who are remaining and are a little bit angry. And this is kind of the part where things get a little bit easier because, of course, we are not dealing with any more zombies coming in. So we'll just get all these guys doing the same thing at once, getting these combos built up and filling up these buckets with brainberries. Alright, so as I wait for these guys to finish, basically I want to talk about the problem that I have with this game. This video could ostensibly end right now, and you would all have an idea of whether or not this game is going to be up your alley. For most of you, I have a feeling that answer is going to be no. Oh, gotta clean this table. Because this is the kind of game that really is, like, super... Oh, I gotta clean this table, too. Super, super casual. Like, I could see this being a big hit on the iPhone or on Facebook. Let's... I don't want to replay it, but we'll just sit here at the screen for a minute. I only got 1.25 stars there, which is pretty bad. 3 stars is obviously max. But like I said, I can see this being big on Facebook. I could see this being big on iOS, so you could play it on your phone or on your iPad. And really, that's what this game feels like. I mean, like, in terms of graphical options, let's move onwards here. I'm going to ignore the story for now because it's really not important. Go back to the main menu. Like, look at graphic options. The only thing I have are full screen or windowed, so I can't, like, even change the resolution or anything. And then there's credits and legalities, which I have no interest in. For audio options, I can only change the effects and the music. Like, I can't put this game in a better resolution. The reason it's 4:3 right now is because I can't control it at all, which is kind of shitty. So this game is, like, super duper casual, but the problem is, I mean, I've mentioned this in a number of other videos, particularly recently. I think Bumbledore and Containment the Zombie Puzzler, I kind of maligned the fact that these games have no reason to exist on PC. Like, I don't know anybody... Like, Steam's core user base, which I consider to be, for the most part, relatively hardcore, or at least informed PC gamers, doesn't intersect with the audience that would like to play this game, which, again, I'm going to be over general here, or give a generalization anyway, and I hope nobody's offended, but that's going to be people who are probably outside of the sphere of what I would consider hardcore or informed gaming. And I don't mean that in a derisive way. All I mean is that, you know, people who play games on a bus and people who play games, like, sitting down at their expensive computers definitely don't interact that often. So for this game to be out on Steam and beyond that be out for $9 is pretty insane to me, because this is not a game that I would ever consider to be worth $9. This is a game that's worth $1 or maybe $3 on iOS. But anyway, I feel like I'm ranting a little bit. Show off a little bit more gameplay, but we don't need to see too much. This is the other thing I want to say, so maybe the rant is not over, but the only... Why are there zombies in this game, right? I guess the obvious answer, if you ask the developers, would probably be, oh, there's zombies in the game because it makes it like a different aesthetic style from Diner Dash. Well, if zombies don't affect the gameplay, who gives a shit if they're in the game? Like, if vampires don't really affect the gameplay, this is just reskinned Diner Dash. This is Diner Dash. It has no reason to exist, beyond no reason to have zombies in it. So I think part of the reason people have zombie fatigue is because shit like this comes out, where it's just like, hey, we took an existing game and reskinned it with zombies, which is, like, fucking stupid. Who cares? The reason DayZ and that Arma mod is becoming so popular is because it really, like, zombies change the core gameplay of it. They make it more tense, and, like, the game would be totally different if it had a different kind of enemy. This game would be exactly the same if you replaced zombies with, like, gorillas or aliens or regular people, which is kind of annoying, because it just seems like a marketing ploy, and that, frankly, is an insult to my intelligence and the intelligence of the consumer base on Steam. Anyway, I'm ranting. Frankenstein's here. I want to see what he does. This is the extent of the story, by the way. I guess he's going to be like a bouncer for us or something. That would be my guess. Call me Frankie. Get it! Frankie gets tables. Frankie sends shady. Frankie cleans bird poop when children are not looking to help. Thank you, Frank. I don't understand. This is a little overlong anyway. Alright, well, we'll get our angry zombies and vampires rearranged to the front of the queue here, because we do not have a two-person table anyway with which to seat those other vampires back at the back. So I am just going to actually try this time to get at least like a 2 or 3 star rating. I haven't had any trouble with that so far, and I want to prove to you that I don't just hate this game. Maybe that's a strong word. That came out unintentionally, but that I don't just dislike this game because I suck at it. So we'll try to get combos going here again. I mean, like, keep in mind when I say things about this game is 100% technically competent. Like, there's nothing wrong with it from a graphical or an audio standpoint beyond the fact that it's, like, not that complex or interesting. It's just, like, I don't understand. It's one part zombie fatigue, like, I'm pissed off that this game has zombies in it for absolutely no reason, and it's one part, like, this is not my kind of game, like, this is unbelievably casual to the point where it should be like a Facebook game, basically like a Farmville. And then, I don't know what it is beyond that. Maybe the fact that I really do feel like it was insulting to our intelligence to market it like a zombie game, which is... It seems so easy, right? To just be like, oh, our game isn't that interesting, what should we do about it? Just add some zombies in it, man. People love zombies, people go crazy for it. And you know what the sad thing is? It probably is gonna work. Like, I bet if they had just called this game Hungry Diner or something, it probably would have sold, like, maybe 30% as much as it would have or as much as it will, under the name Dead Hungry Diner, simply because it implies that there are zombies in it. And that is oh, that was a bad seating. And that is fucking stupid, and you should feel bad if you buy the game simply because it has zombies in it and you think zombies are super cool. Have more respect for yourself and, you know, help the industry move along here. We gotta move our angry zombies to the front of the queue. I gotta clean this table first. There we go, let's clean this. Sick combos, bro. Get our angry zombie in here. I might have to use a spell in order to lower the unhappiness of everyone in my queue here. But for now, I think things are going reasonably well. We'll probably be alright. Let's use our heart here on this guy. Start picking these things up. Delivering them to tables for once. The big problem here is that I sat a a group of one at a table for two, so now I've got this kind of bottleneck coming up, but I think we'll probably be okay. Like I said, game is pretty goddamn easy in my experience so far. So I haven't run into too many problems, although these vampires are getting kind of pissed off. And you know what, deservedly so. Let's get this guy off this table as quickly as possible. I actually managed to seat those vampires. We'll seat the angry zombie. Yeah, okay, vampire, chill out, buddy. I'm gonna get your money. Just leave the money on the table like a normal person. Alright, so we are definitely not gonna fail this mission because I have seated everybody that is coming to the restaurants. Let's pick up these buckets, get our combo built up, deliver our food. And this is probably going to be the last level that I play, because I don't feel like there's anything more to show. Like, it is what it is. Like I said, with that first level that I played that was only like 5 minutes long, you basically understood the core of this game and whether it's for you and whether it's not. And I don't think if you're watching this and you think that this is going to be a good game or a game that you would really enjoy, that's fine. Just go buy it and play it. I think it's weird that this is $9 when it feels like a game that should be free on Facebook. But I'm not going to malign you if this is the game that you like getting. I'm more pissed off at the fact that it's a zombie game just for the sake of being a zombie game. As long as you're informed and you purchase it like with actual, like, you know what you're getting into. Oh, what happened? Maybe I just got bad stars on that one. Like I said, it's hard to maintain what you're doing and talk at the same time, but there's no reason to cry, Gabriella. I guess I failed because I didn't even hit 1 star. Oh well. Okay, so just to summarize my thoughts that I was trying to get to in the last part there. If you're an informed consumer, you watch this and you say, yo, that's totally a type of game for me, or like maybe a family member or a friend who is into these kind of games, that's fine. $9 is too expensive for this, but if you know what you're getting into and you're happy with paying that, fine. I don't wish any ill will on fans of the genre. I'm not going to be like look down on them or judge them for people who like playing casual games. That being said, I think this is kind of my tirade against this whole ridiculous zombies for the sake of zombies trend that's coming up. And I don't think this is a particularly good game. I mean, it's competent from a technical standpoint. 10 minutes in, I was already dreading the fact that I have to make a recording of it because it's just tedious. And I don't know. Definitely not my type of game, let's put it that way. So if it seems like I'm coming at this game with some fervent hatred, you're not totally wrong. But I don't know. It is what it is. Let's get back to the main menu here quickly. Go to replay, main menu. So as always, thank you guys for watching. This has been Dead Hungry Diner, now available $7.49 on Steam for its opening week sale, but it will be $9 eventually. Full honesty, 100% honesty, it's not worth that. And know that if you buy it at full price, you're overpaying. Even if you are a fan of the genre, you can find better stuff for cheaper, or, you know, usually free. But, you know, as long as you know what you're getting into, that's fine. I'm not going to be playing the game ever again, and I hope that this zombies trend either becomes more meaningful or disappears entirely, but, you know, that's probably wishful thinking. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.